Welcome to Quarterback Film Room. Just want to talk about a few prospects here before the draft obviously takes place next Thursday. So a couple of quarterback prospects whose stock is steadily rising. So we've got a guy by the name of Nic Shimonek down at Texas Tech. A guy who was a one-year starter for Cliff Kingsbury and the Red Raiders. Obviously, Pat Mahomes II was the guy down there for 3 years. So this kid Shimonek transferred from Iowa to Texas Tech and ended up throwing for 33 touchdowns, over 3,000 yards as a senior, and a guy who's really comfortable as a natural thrower, really instinctive, fluid mover and decision maker. So Nic Shimonek's a guy who's a natural fit in terms of his transition to the National Football League. On tape, he looks like a cross between Matt Ryan and Nick Foles at times, okay? 6'3", 222 pounds. Nic Shimonek, Texas Tech, a guy to keep an eye on in terms of a guy who in August could potentially end up producing well during preseason and then making either a 53-man roster or a practice squad guy, but a guy who should be in the league moving forward, Nic Shimonek. And then the other kid, Brandon Silvers, who was a 4-year starter at Troy University in Alabama. Silvers is a kid who he's about 6'2.5", 223. But he's a guy who has refined passing instincts. He ties his feet really well to timing of a given play. The ball comes out fast with Silvers. He's a guy who's very decisive and confident in his reads. And then as you watch more tape on Silvers, you notice that in the pocket, he's not like a Baker Mayfield. Okay, he's not fidgety. He's very composed and poised, moving, sliding, keeping his eyes down the field. Brandon Silvers in the pocket. So he has some traits that do also translate well. Okay, so Nic Shimonek and Brandon Silvers, two guys to keep an eye on in terms of guys who, perhaps are unheralded names,